Okay, very good afternoon, all students. In last week, we have seen total 3 lectures on data structure, in which we have seen concept of data structure, and then we have seen need of data structure, and in last lecture we have seen abstract data type. So for the students who didn't get the concept of abstract data type, I am taking this revision class. So this class will be a very short class. First we will see what we have seen in last videos. So very first concept we have seen was data. Data is collection of numbers, alphabets and symbols which is combined to represent information. Then we have seen some examples of data. Those examples were 1, 2, like ABCD or hash online, like this. There are different types of data: atomic data and composite data. We have seen in detail what is atomic data and what is composite data. Atomic data is a data which cannot be further decomposable, right? For example, 453 or a character values, right? A that cannot be further divided to get another meaning. Another example is a number 353 which cannot be further divided. If at all it is divided, we get 3, 5 and 3, but it will not give you any new information, or the meaning of the original information is lost. So this type of data is called as atomic data. Then we have seen composite data. Composite data is nothing but the data which can be further divided. The data which can be further divided is called as a composite data, right? For example, we have seen on that day, date of birth is an example of composite data, right? If you divide this data, it can be separated into several atomic values, like 23 will be the date of month, that is day, and the second value 07 gives the value of month, like July, and last third value 1999 gives you the year of your birth. So this type of data can be divided into sub values which has some meaning, and hence it is called as composite data. Hence it is called as composite data. Then we have seen what is data type, right? What is data type, right? What is data type? A data type, right? Actually here it should be data type. What is data type? I will type first TYPE, data type. What is data type? A data type is a term. It is a term which refers to kind of data that variable may hold in programming languages, right? A data type is a term which refers to kind of data that variable may hold in a programming language. What is data type? Data type is a term which refers to a kind of data that variable may hold in a programming languages. Example, integer x, right? We say it as in C programming language, integer x and semicolon. What it means? It means x is a variable which can hold a integer value. It means x is a integer variable which can hold a integer value, right? So a data type is a term which refers to kind of data that variable may hold in a programming languages, right? So you got the idea of data type, right? What is data type? It is a term which refers to kind of data variable may hold in a programming language, right? For example, integer x. After grasping the knowledge of data type, we will move further to understand different data types in C language. Different data types in C language. Okay. So what are different data types in C language? Okay. You already know that different data types in C language are integer, float, character, long and double. Right. These are different data types in C language. So integer can store integer value, float can store floating point value, character can store single character value, long can store a long value, right, and double can store double value. Now you know data types available in C language. So now let us see what are user defined data types and derived data types, right? So let us see what are user defined data types. Okay, user defined data types in C. Okay, sometimes the basic data types defined in C language such as integer, float, etc. Right? Sometimes the basic or primitive data types defined in C language such as int, float, etc. may not be sufficient for a particular situation. May not be sufficient for a particular situation. Hence, you can create your own data type which are based on the basic data types. Hence, you can create your own data type which are based on basic data types. So there are three different ways for doing this: using type def, or using structure, or using union. Okay. Sir, can you give me an example of user defined data type? Yes, I can give you an example of user defined data type. Consider book. Consider book, right? What information does a book has, right? A book can have its name, right? Suppose you are developing a software for your college library and you want a new data type to be created, that is book, because book has new information, book has its name, right? For example, this book is of C language, this book is of C++ language. Then book has author, right? For example, this book is written by some other author, right? Then book also has some price, right? Book also has price, right? For example, this book is of price say 240, this book is of price say for example 140. So a book cannot be represented by your basic data types. You require to create a new user defined data type with the help of structure, struct. Okay, with the help of structure. What is the name of this structure? The name of the structure will be BOOK. Okay, BOOK, right? So this type of structure will be created by you. So when you create a structure for a particular data, for a particular problem, for when you create a structure to solve a particular problem, then you are creating a user defined data type. Okay, so sometimes the basic data types defined in C language such as int, float, etc. may not be sufficient for a particular situation. Hence, you can create your own data types which are based on basic data types. So these are based on basic data type. What is name? Name is a character array. What is author? Author is also a character array. What is price? Price is a float or double value. Okay. So you are using here basic data type to create your own new data type, that is called as user defined data type in C language. Okay. So after having the knowledge of data, then having the knowledge of data type, and then having the knowledge of user defined data type, let us go and learn derived data type. And after that we will learn abstract data type and the lecture will be over. What is derived data type in C? The data type which are built, right? The data type which are built, the data type which are derived from built-in data types, the data types which are derived. Derived means what? If you have an orange, you can derive orange juice from it. If you have an apple, you can derive apple juice from it. So derived, right? The data type which are derived from built-in data types are called as derived data types, right? Means these are not a new data type created, These are not a user defined data type created. They are created from existing data type only, but they are inbuilt in the C programming language. What are those? Derived data type in C. Okay. Okay, Farhan Patan, welcome. These data types are array and pointer. These data type are array and pointer. What is an array? Array is collection of data of same types or homogeneous data type, right? Array is a thing in which you can store more than one values, right? But what values you can store in the array? You can store integer values in integer array. You can store characters in character array. You can store float values in a float array, right? So it depends, right? What you want to store, it depends. Okay, ठीक है. So array is a collection of same data type or homogeneous. Pointer is a variable that stores the address of another variable. These are nothing but a new data type created inbuilt in the C language, but they are not another data types. They are derived from built-in data types. Why they are called as derived from built-in data types? Because integer, character, float, long and double, these are basic data types in C language. An array can be of type integer, character, float, double. Pointer can be also of type integer, float, character, double. So they are basically of basic data type, but they are new thing. Hence they are called as derived data type. I think this much knowledge is enough for you to know about data type. What is data type? Okay. So what is data type? Data type is nothing but a term used in programming language to define or to decide which type of data you are going to store in a variable. So again, derived data types are different: derived data type and user defined data type. Now we will see the main concept, that is abstract data type. What is abstract data type? Okay, abstract data type we have already seen, but it was the demand of some student. Okay, please revise the topic of abstract data type. Okay, what is abstract data type? Let us see. See how to remember and understand this thing called as abstract data type. An abstract data type. Okay, this is very easy to understand and learn by heart. An abstract data type into bracket ADT is defined as, okay, is defined as mathematical model, is defined as mathematical model. Okay, an abstract data type is defined as mathematical model. An abstract data type is defined as mathematical model of the data objects, mathematical model of the data objects that make up a data type, that make up a data type. That make up a data type means what? That make up a data type means what? That make up a data type means here we are going to define a new data type. Okay, for these new data type we require some data objects, okay. Using these data objects we create some mathematical model which has some data items as well as the functions that operate on these objects, as well as the functions which operate on these objects. Okay, now see here, if you go to Google and you see and you search what is abstract, then you will understand the concept of abstract data type. Okay, so let us go to Google. Yes, Google, tell us. Okay, we will open our browser here and we will see what is exactly meaning of abstract data type. Okay, see here, I have got the browser here and here I am typing abstract, ABSTRACT, abstract meaning, MINING, meaning in English, ENGLISH, English. Okay, so let us see what is the meaning of abstract. Okay, okay, Google has given us something. I will just increase the size of this thing. Okay, see here what Google says about abstract. According to Google, abstract meaning is existing in thought, or as an idea, but not having a physical or concrete existence, but not having a physical or concrete existence. Means what? This particular abstract meaning is, abstract means it is not physical, it is not in real life, it is not in a real life, it is just an idea. Abstract means it is just an idea. So what is abstract data type? Abstract data type means an idea. Abstract data type means an idea, but you have to represent this idea, right? You have to present this idea in some form, right? For example, if there exists a painter, right, who is an, he will represent his thoughts using some paintings, right? For example, there is a sculpture, right? A person who creates some sculpture, right? He will create a new sculpture, right? And he will represent his own thoughts. So in the same way, when a computer scientist comes and he wants to create a new data type and he wants to show to the world that I have a new concept as a data type, so he will not directly go for programming, he will just create an abstract data type. The data type which he creates using mathematical model is called as abstract data type. Now you got the concept of abstract data type, because the meaning of data type is a term that represents the value of a variable. The type of the value which you are going to store in the variable is called as data type. And abstract means existing in thought or as an idea, right? I hope you understand this. Okay, we will just remove this window and we will come back to our original window. Okay, this much definition is enough for you to understand what is abstract data type. Okay, so what is an abstract data type? An abstract data type is defined as mathematical model, means it is an idea of data type which I am going to represent with the help of a mathematical model. And how this mathematical model is built up, what this mathematical model has. This mathematical model has data objects that make up, here it is written, okay, this mathematical model has data objects that make up data type as well as the functions that operate on these objects, So I think this much information is enough for you to understand the concept of abstract data type. First we have seen what is data. Data is a term which is used to represent what type of value I am going to store in a variable. Then we have seen data type. Okay, what is data type? First we have seen data. Data is a collection of alphabets, numbers and symbols. Then we have seen data type. Data type is a term which is used to represent what value I am going to store in a variable. Then we have seen data type is again of two different types. One is user defined data type and another is derived data type. But the main concept is abstract data type, okay, for which we are taking this revision class. What is abstract data type? We have first seen the meaning of abstract. Abstract means which is not concrete, which is not real. Abstract means it is just an thought. Abstract means it is just an idea. So whenever a computer scientist wants to solve a problem, or whenever a computer scientist wants to create a new data type, he will produce his own thoughts in the form of mathematical model. He will not create a C program or any program in any other computer programming language. He will first show his idea or his thought in terms of a mathematical model. What this mathematical model has? This mathematical model has data objects that makes up the data type as well as the functions that operate on these objects. So in last video we have seen the example of int as a data type, right? What is int? Int means integer means what? A mathematical concept. In mathematics integer are numbers, right? Numbers vary from minus infinity to plus infinity, right? So these numbers are int numbers. So what operations I can perform on integer number? I can perform addition of two integer numbers. I can perform multiplication of two numbers. I can perform division as well as subtraction of two integer numbers. So when I am able to define what int data type has, int data type will have integer numbers from minus infinity to plus infinity, and I am saying I can perform operations like addition, multiplication, division and subtraction on these numbers, then I am presenting my thought of integer data type in terms of mathematical model, and this particular thing is nothing but abstract data type. It is nothing but abstract data type, right? To manage the complexity of problems and problem solving process, computer scientists use abstractions. Abstractions means not real, it is just in the thought, right? So why we are creating abstract data type? To manage the complexity of problems and the problem solving process. So the problems will get simplified, the problem solving process will get simplified with the use of abstractions. So we are using abstractions in computer languages, and hence ADTs are theoretical concept in computer science used in the design and analysis of algorithms, data structures and software systems, and do not correspond to a specific feature of computer language. That means it is not a part of any computer language. It is just a theoretical concept. This is not the part of any computer language. It is just a theoretical concept. It is just a theoretical concept. I hope you understand the concept of abstract data type here, right? So after abstract data type, we have seen basic terminologies like data structure. We have seen that data structure is a branch of computer science that unleashes the knowledge of how the data should be organized, how the flow of data should be controlled, and how the data structure should be designed and implemented to reduce the complexity and increase the efficiency of the algorithm. This particular thing we have already discussed in last two lectures. So the students who want to see in detail about the definition of data structure, they can go and watch our last two video lectures. Now the questions that are going to be asked in exams, basically up till now two questions they are asking in many exams. First was state the need of data structure and write the operations performed using data structure. Second is define data structure and list any two types of nonlinear data structure. That we have already seen in last two lectures. Or definition of data structure we have seen, and type of data structure also we have seen. Okay, so I think this much revision is enough. So in next lecture what we are going to study? So in next lecture we are going to study the topics like, I will show you. Okay, we will be studying operations on data structure like traversal is one of the operation, searching is one of the operation, insertion is one of the operation, deletion is one of the operation. Okay, sorting is one of the operation, merging is also one of the operation that I can perform on data structure. Okay, then another point we are going to see is different approaches to designing an algorithm like greedy algorithm, divide and conquer algorithm, dynamic programming approach. These are approaches, right? How to write an algorithm, how to solve a problem. These are four different approaches to solve a problem, right? You are writing an algorithm means you are solving a problem. So we will see in detail what these algorithms are, what is greedy algorithm, what is divide and conquer algorithm, what is dynamic programming, and what is backtracking. These different approaches we are going to see in coming lectures. Okay, after that what we are going to see, I will show you. After that we are going to see the last point is algorithm complexity, which is time and space complexity. This particular topic is not in detail for diploma syllabus, but for engineering syllabus there is a separate subject on this topic. that is algorithms, right? Data structure and algorithms is a very vast subject. We will get introduced to the concept of algorithm and algorithm complexity. There are two types of complexity: time complexity and space complexity, for which we will discussing in next lecture. After that there will be uh, assignments we assign to you. Those assignments you have to complete in your notebook, right? Okay. Okay, we will stop here, and we will meet in next lecture. Meanwhile, if you like this video, then please subscribe. If you don't like this video, then please tell us in the comment why you don't like this particular lecture, what changes you want in the lecture, so that it will be helpful for other students also, those who want to learn the concept at their home. Okay, those students who want to learn these concepts by sitting at their home, so it will be helpful for them and it will be helpful for you also. Okay, so we will see in next lecture these different concepts, and I think I will just show you the topics which we have already covered. We have covered this concept and need of data structure, abstract data type, types of data structure, linear data structure, non-linear data structure, algorithm complexity we will see in next lecture, and operations on data structure we will see in next lecture. Okay, so please like, share and subscribe our channel, and thank you.